Hello, I'm Ari.
I'm Nick.
And you're watching Disney Channel.
Da 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 da.
Hey, welcome to episode number 21 of Pwn. Today we will be talking about Marvel once again. Yesterday, or once everyone's watching this, a week ago from the day that this goes up.
Infinity War came out.
Infinity War came out. Yes, Wesley.
Here's our review.
Well, what happened first?
Wait, no, none of us stop.
Okay, so basically...
So first 20 minutes, all of them die. Including Spider-Man, including Iron Man, including Thanos. And the rest of it's just like, that's it. This first 20 minutes is over. There's no rest. It's all credits.
2.5 hours long. It's
credits.
2 hours and 10 minutes of credits.
Oh, and actually, and at the end of the credit scene, it's gonna tell you that psych, no one died. It's a Marvel movie. They're all coming back.
I give it 11 out of 4.
I give it 12 out of 5. Spoiler alert.
None of us saw this film that we are.
Why are we talking about
Marvel
Marvel when none of us has seen the film that
We're
just
not
came
talking
out?
about the movie, goddammit. We're talking about the movies that haven't come out yet.
Which one? Well, isn't that important? Isn't like someone may die or something in the Marvel movie?
Yeah,
but
what if Ant-Man
neither
never
of the
comes
movies-
out because Ant-Man dies?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
It's entirely possible that
It's
all
just
the
a fake out. It's literally all the future Marvel movies that they've planned out aren't gonna happen. Even Captain Marvel, who is a character that has not been in any movie, is going to die in
Maybe
Infinity
she's
War.
in
and
this
then,
movie,
and then she dies, and then we're not making it.
wasn't.
Psych. Dude, that'd be the ultimate trick, right?
Isn't
Because then you
Captain
don't have to spend money to make
Wait,
a movie.
what movies are coming out?
Okay, let's get to that. Well, you're jumping so far ahead. Do any of us actually care about Infinity War?
Nope, bye-bye.
No,
Can we leave?
like,
Is
do you
that it?
expect it's gonna be good?
Oh, can we talk about Black Mirror now?
No, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know what score it has on IMDb right now, Ari?
No.
No,
It's
Tom,
a
remind me.
9.1.
So it's bad.
No,
Out of
it's
100,
the 9th highest rated film on IMDb right now. They pushed Fight Club out of the top 10. The Metascore is a bit lower, 66.
Okay, well,
Do you-
if it's really good,
Because
then...
Ari, I know you like Marvel movies.
Why don't we just go see it
generally
right now, and then we can just...
How are you people so cancerous? You like Marvel movies, Ari.
It's not that I like Marvel movies in particular, it's just I like to rate movies high in general. So
Wes,
it's okay.
I know that you don't like Marvel movies. Do you think Infinity War will be good?
No.
Now that we've talked about movies that we don't care about, let's talk about movies that we don't care about. So
That's the
I'm
whole point of the show.
We're
Nick,
almost
I'm not done talking about Infinity War.
okay, then go faster.
Okay, you know in the trailer when he's like, I'm gonna kill half of all humanity?
Half of humanity will still exist.
Half the Avengers are gonna die.
Do you think half the Avengers will die?
It's called math, Nick.
Yeah, that's actually
Half
true.
of all humanity. Literally, all the Avengers could be.
All the
part of
Avengers
half that
divided by
doesn't
2
die.
is half the Avengers, Nick. That's maths.
No, it could be like half the population does not include.
Get wrecked.
So Antman and the Wasp. Alright, did you like Antman?
Um,
Can we put the fucking guns away?
I
Like,
never
what is
watched.
this?
I never watched Ant-Man.
This isn't like a Pwn.
I never
genre.
watched Ant-Man.
You didn't.
No, I saw him in the Avengers though.
Okay, I'm gonna start this over then. So.
Wait, no, you didn't! No one saw him in the Avengers.
I meant to say Civil War.
He points to like one speck on the ground. He's like, that was Ant-Man.
Is Wasp a friend or a foe?
I don't know. That's
You
why.
haven't
That's
seen
why
Ant-Man.
we're watching the trailer.
You haven't seen Ant-Man?
Ant-Man is a friend.
Ant-Man.
We're gonna watch the trailer for Antman and.
Well, now
and
I
the
know
Wasp.
that San Francisco is... Maybe that's probably New York.
I kinda-
Now I know that New York is still around.
So we just started.
Oh look,
Wait,
now I know
those
who.
are-
Dude,
Those
I
are
understand
just
it. They
shots.
call him Cap because he wears the hat.
Look, now I
It's
know.
like Mario.
Wait,
he wears that.
that
he
was
wears
from
Those
that-
are just
Civil
shots
War.
from Civil War.
Really good trailer reaction, yes.
Well, I'm just.
I think you can tell how uninteresting this trailer is because we have nothing to say about it.
That was kind of cool, I guess.
not
actual.
actual-
What the?
Not to scale. Ant-Man, not to scale.
Enlarged to show texture.
Punching, cuts, knife throw. Is that a wasp?
No, Ari, it's not a wasp.
It's the.
It's Antman.
Funny.
Haha, jokes.
Have you ever laughed at one of these trailers? Like, ever?
Like,
No.
You left
a
with the Doctor
trailer ever?
Strange. No. Any of. What the?
That's a big Pez. It's a Hello Kitty Pez.
Trailer reaction, boys?
Oh, it happens, and
It looks like
I-
it'll be fine. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it looks
not gonna be
like
one of the
first
bad
one.
ones.
Yeah.
But like, it's also just gonna be like.
So, Ant-Man, again, directed by Peyton Reed, who did the first one. Ari, are you aware of the whole Edgar Wright drama with the first Ant-Man?
kill me.
The
No, I
reason-
don't know anything.
He-
The director
he-
of Baby Skur Skur didn't get to make Ant-Man.
Baby Skur
What's Baby Skirt?
was going to make.
Baby Driver.
Oh.
There's a car that goes woo. He was going to direct Ant-Man, and he hated working for Disney because they kept telling him what to do, so he dropped out to work on Baby Driver, which probably is the better movie, definitely the better movie of the two.
It's close.
There's 5 writers for this one, including the guy that wrote the Lego Movie, but also the same guy that wrote Spider-Man Homecoming. I think we all think it's gonna be decent, and then we're never gonna watch one.
I'm gonna watch it in theaters and then not watch it again.
Why are there flags?
Have you just noticed?
Look at this bolt action.
So actually, you know what? Venom. Is anyone here excited?
came out last year.
I mean, I like
Sure.
Tom Hardy.
Sure,
If Tom
screw
Hardy's
it.
in it, it might be
Tom Hardy
okay.
doesn't look like he's acting in it, man.
Screw it.
I think we should clarify something here, because when we do these episodes, we really don't actually discuss anything. We kind of just say stuff. I think the reason we have nothing to say is because we just don't care, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, who cares if... What the fuck? Who
Oh,
cares if,
oh.
like, Venom is good or not? Like, it's not gonna be.
You're not gonna change it.
And that's not gonna... Yeah.
Where are the guns?
I hit them because they're insane.
I know where they are now, because you said I hit them and you reached for them.
No,
Reach
stop
for
that.
the star. Ah, I got the bigger one. Do you have anything to say about
Pop-lock
Deadpool
therapy.
2, Nick?
I didn't see the first one. Captain Marvel. We talked very, very briefly about
What
it.
is
in number
Captain
3.
Marvel?
Let me go into the entire history. Are you ready for this? Comic called Captain Marvel. DC bought that character. Marvel sued because their name's Marvel, so you have to change his name to Shazam. Marvel had a character named Captain Marvel, who was an alien passed on to a girl named Brie Larson. Basically,
Okay.
Captain Marvel, I don't know, man. She
Now,
can like fly and
are
have
you
strength
excited
or
for
Wait, is
Captain...
the girl?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Captain Marvel is directed by 2 people. These 2 got their start in like weird mumblecore films. But the thing that worries me is that there's 7 writers on this.
Maybe it's just that good that they just needed more people to write it.
Well, no. When the more
Maybe-
writers,
maybe
it
only-
tends to get worse.
Maybe only one guy wrote 1/7 of it, and then he was like, "Fuck, I've ran out of
They wrote
ideas.
1/7.
I've ran out of ideas. Give it to him."
We've got a lot of scheduled dates where they haven't told us anything about what comes out after the next Infinity War movie, because that would entail spoilers as to who lives and dies and whatnot. They've got 3 days reserved for releases in 2020, 3 in 2021, and 3 in 2022.
Are we gonna play the Great Marvel Guessing Game?
you
Ladies
want.
and gentlemen, the Great Marvel Guessing Game. 2020, you already know it's gonna be Black Panther 2.
Does everyone like the Black
Yeah.
Panther movie?
Then I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy's in there somewhere. There's
Volume
definitely gonna
3
be
is
a
coming
3.
out.
He has said that there's gonna be a 3rd one, so that's 2. Howard the Duck movie.
Yes, definitely. We need one of those.
Squirrel Girl. At
Squirrel
least
Girl,
2
definitely,
movies.
definitely. I've got a quote here. Storylines planned out through 2028. So we've got the next 10 years laid out, boys, because
By
that's
who?
how filmmaking works. That begs the question, man. Is the MCU a good idea? Not is it good, but like, could it work?
I think
Not
it's a bad
as
idea.
is necessarily, but is there any way that something like the MCU could actually work?
Not with the context of Marvel. Each superhero is at least created by building on fundamental differences of how the world works. Like on Doctor Strange and Iron Man and Thor. They bring in gods, they bring in magic, and they also bring in everything is just science. But the science is so superior that it turns into magic, and then there's different types of magic. It doesn't work when your fundamentals are just different,
How
like,
did you know
world
that,
works.
dude?
He brings up a good point, like, especially with I like the more recent Marvel movies. They tend to be more interesting. But as movies, I wouldn't consider any of them, like, great.
Because they're not movies. They're not standalone movies. Except for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. What a good movie.
Well, Guardians 1 stands by itself, but like you watch Thor Ragnarok,
Except
and, like,
no,
15
because
different characters.
because in Guardians 2 it has Thanos and an Infinity Stone.
Should a movie be able to be watched by just itself and it makes complete sense?
I think it should, but it can't in a cinematic universe because you need to have the stuff that ties it together.
I think that you could make a good shared universe where like all these characters end up in different things. I think it could work. Then you lead into like the Star Wars problem of all these films have been about the exact same events. Like,
Well, it could be
Star
about-
Wars is a universe, yet they focus on like 5 characters.
That's what George Lucas wants. Is he only wants it to be about the Skywalker.
Well, yeah, because I guess when George Lucas was making it, it wasn't a universe. It was just 3 trilogies that he had planned out. But now that Disney owns it, it is a cinematic Star Wars universe where you got like Obi-Wan
But it's still
spin-offs
like
and
only happening in that like 60-year period.
Yeah.
Until Rian Johnson. I think Rian Johnson's trilogy is gonna be like some random thing. It's gonna be shit because there's gonna be a bunch of broom Jedis as wizards, and it's gonna tie it to Harry Potter.
Well, like there's
You're a
another thing.
Jedi, Harry.
You both really liked Fantastic Beasts.
I thought you were
right?
gonna say you both really liked The Last Jedi, and I was like, Nick.
I know you love Last Jedi, but you liked
Fantastic Beasts was fine.
you liked Fantastic.
I liked it a lot.
But do we need 5 of them?
No.
No, definitely.
And if we were gonna have 5, make them all different stories. Like not just a 5-movie long story. You could just have 5 different stories
Because-
that maybe just happen at the same era in time.
I don't know if you knew
I think they could be.
you know about the whole
The Monster Universe.
Universal Dark
Yeah.
Universe or whatever it's
What?
called. You remember The Mummy, right? That came out last year.
I didn't see the one that came out last year.
Well, you don't need to see it. You just know it exists, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the start of a cinematic universe where all the old Universal films like Swamp Thing or Swamp Creature, I don't know.
Creature
Swamp
from-
Thing's like a
That's a
superhero,
DC.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Creature
Uh,
from the Black Lagoon.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Mummy, Frankenstein,
Dracula.
Frankenstein's wife, Dracula, all those things. It's supposed to be a cinematic universe where Russell Crowe is like the
Mr.
Tony
Hyde.
Stark
Yeah.
of the
Tony
of
Stark
the
or Nick Fury?
monsters. It's very yeah, I guess the Nick Fury of it, because he pulls in Tom Cruise, who I guess is now the Mummy. It's like, you're the Mummy kind of. Let me tell you about
That's not
this
how the Mummy
Dark
works.
Universe thing.
You're a mummy, Harry.
Nobody wants these.
Well, exactly.
Nobody
So then
likes
why
those
are they
movies.
making it?
Like I think people like The Mummy, and I think that's it. Those movies were popular when they came out, but nobody's like, oh man,
So-
I could really go for another like Frankenstein's Bride movie.
DC is just so obsessed right now with trying to create this cinematic universe. Do they need to? Like, can they make money off of just standalone DC
If you make a good movie,
I'm gonna s-
like the Dark Knight trilogy,
Because they're
then-
sacrificing quality for, like, monetary gain.
to play devil's advocate, the cinematic universe allows them to make more experimental movies. Like Black Panther wouldn't have been as it still would have been popular, but it wouldn't have been as popular if it hadn't been connected to this. Like Marvel, you know you're getting quality. You
Well,
You know
well-made,
you're getting-
well-made.
you know
Whether or
you're-
not they're good, but they're well-made.
well-made movies. So like if you just said, oh, we're making a superhero movie called Black Panther, and people were like, I don't know, like I don't know if it's gonna be good, but when you attach that Marvel Cinematic Universe brand to it, and
No.
then people are like,
Well,
okay.
because,
No,
like,
I
then
think you
it's
can
guaranteed
connect the
profit.
Marvel superhero brand with it without making it connected to the rest of the storylines. I feel like if it's happened before before the Avengers thing happened, it was so totally entrenched. When you heard Marvel's making a new superhero movie, you'd fanboy over it, and you'd become like entrenched by it, even though you knew the stories weren't connected.
The Marvel name doesn't without the cinematic universe doesn't itself make someone want to see something. Like Spider-Man, those movies did really well. They had the Marvel name, but like other Marvel movies that were coming out at the time, like none of us have seen Blade or Punisher or like Daredevil, like, and those ones weren't good, but like people didn't just see them because they were Marvel movies.
The Dark Knight trilogy was completely standalone.
Exactly.
And Christopher Nolan said that the idea of the Dark Knight universe is there's no superpowers in this universe. This is just a universe where
Yeah.
Batman happens to exist.
And that works because Batman
that
can
works
exist in
flawlessly.
a universe where, and then you can have a separate universe where Superman exists.
Yeah,
But
and
When you
those
combine
movies
them,
made
it's
like
shit.
Yes.
Dark Knight Rises made like $1 billion almost. Like everyone really likes those movies, And there's a period of Marvel pre-Iron Man where everything more or less is garbage, right?
Yeah.
Like you start getting into like
more. I mean more.
Like
garbage.
I don't know if you've seen like the '98 Captain America, or at least like
No.
clips from it. It's like the worst thing ever made.
Yeah, it probably is.
Iron Man was like the first really good Marvel movie, I guess, discounting the 3 Spider-Mans that were
Like
decent.
made by Marvel. Because like Spider-Man, it was Sam Raimi. It was his vision.
Do you think, because Iron Man was a good movie, I think we all agree.
Yeah, very good.
If they didn't use that as a branching off point, it still would have been a good movie, because independent of that scene in the credits, it's its standalone thing.
Yeah, and same with the
They
Hulk.
could have
and-
made
And
good
same with
movies
same with the
without a
Hulk and
cinematic
Captain America. Those ones are all like and I think Thor. Yeah, those ones all can stand alone. Maybe after Infinity War, once they finally get or Infinity War Part 2 or whatever they're gonna call the fourth Avengers movie. After they get rid of all the Infinity Stones, maybe then we can finally go back to disconnected movies, like separate. But I mean, well, let's go back to that.
Even though it adds something to like the connection, like a fan base, like
Yeah.
some movies I feel like you just can't do it to. You
Yeah.
can't bring them in. Like I can't take Doctor Strange seriously anymore. After they tried to put the whole mix that magic in with everything else, after they appeared in
Doctor Strange.
what's the movie
Well,
I just
it's
watched?
also-
Ragnarok.
They try to make a common thread between the movies. There's like a tone. Like you have to have humor in every movie. Like Black Panther had like some of the worst joke.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those?
That was a good discussion. I like that. We actually
I don't like
we
that
actually had wonderful points to say about a movie.
And now I'm gonna
So
cut it all
anyway.
out.
Yeah, you better cut it all out. Pew pew.
We don't take things seriously. Boom, boom,
Pew
bam.
pew guns.
That's all we have time for today. If you like this episode of Pwn, press that subscribe button.
Okay guys, that's all we have time for today. It was a nice conversation. Finally something intellectual coming from Pwn. If you're liked our comment, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
If you liked our
Febreze password. Also make sure to go to our
Breeze,
Instagram.
Marvel.
And maybe on Facebook, who cares? We have a wiki. So go to all that stuff.
We have a wiki
This is our
leaks.
favorite comment from last video. Everybody check it out.
And
That's all we have time for. So ready to break it
oh,
out?
and next episode we're gonna have another serious conversation about
Phantom Thread.
SpaghettiOs or the spaghetti rollios.
We do not know yet. Okay.
Wait, let's do the thing. Yes! No! Where's the shitty gun?